All right, everyone, we're going to play a little bit of a game. You're going to feel attacked. You're going to feel insulted. You're going to feel as if I've breached some ethical boundary between us as content creator to viewer, to friend, to subscriber, to however you associate your relationship with me. I'm going to strain that based off of the associations I'm making, but I want to see how many of you hew closely to me and how many of you fall astray and are going to be the victims of feeling seen and feeling offended at the things that I have to say. This is I Feel Attacked. You can check this out right now. It's from Indie Boards and Cards, and the Kickstarter campaign is running right now. But before you do anything, I want us to see how much we have in common, how much we think the same about those people. You know the ones I'm talking about, the ones in this deck right here, and out in the world around us that drive me crazy, Some of this might be me, but most of it's you, and you know the ones I'm talking about, not you, the other ones that we're talking about collectively, but they know that we're talking about them. They should know at least. All right, let's get started. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create a variant of this game. This is a party game in which people have a set of cards, and then one player is going to be the judge, and they play one of these scenarios, one of these types of people, and you have to try to match most closely the same type of person who would do what the judges picked, that they would also choose and do and act in the way of the card that you choose. That's how the game works. If you're familiar with Apples to Apples, Cards Against Humanity, it's going to be that same process where you're trying to either be the funniest or be the one that is most closely in line with the mentality or the thoughts of the judge. But since obviously you're not here at the table with me, I just wanted to go through and read some options off to you of people that drive me crazy. And then I want you to try to think how close, if you can envision that person in your mind, and then see if you feel like I'm on target when I read the second card that aligns with that person, at least in my head. So here we go. People who have nothing going on in their life but their fantasy football league. You can see, got headset on, got their phone, they're checking their stats, they're trying to see if their wide receiver is going to pull it through. They've got nothing in their life besides this fantasy football league. Now, every single one of these cards has a fun illustration, and then it's also got a little bit of flavor text at the bottom. So this says, even football fans needed a way to make watching the Browns interesting. Which is fair, because the Browns' gameplay is about as good as their color. So, people who have nothing going on in their life but their fantasy football league. Think about that. Think about that for a moment. Let that marinate. Let that gel. Ruminate on those people. I think that's the same kind of person that refuses to read subtitles in movies. The exact same person. Oh, it so is. It so is. They're trying to check their stats, so they don't want to be reading what's on the TV. They don't want to read that. They don't care about that Indonesian martial arts movie that I'm watching, which bugs me to death, because they're like, no, just do English dub, which is awful. Why would I do English dub to where what they're saying doesn't match what their mouth is doing? That makes no sense. Give me the original language, audio please, and then I'll read English subtitles. Let's be human here. Let's be civil. They're the worst. That's how this is going to go. I'm going to read it to you, and you see how on target I am. You let me know in the comments, how on target am I for these people? People who won't poop in public restrooms. Wipe down the lid. Just get over yourself. Those are the same people that should really try weed. They need to relax in more ways than one. They need to relax their bowels, get that sphincter loosened up, poop in a public restroom. Yeah, they need some like THC oil, they need some weed brownies, something to de-escalate the tension that is definitely more than just lower regions. How am I doing so far? Are we on target here right now? I think we probably are. I feel like we're vibing. People who think that they would thrive in a zombie apocalypse, you know the ones, the preppers. The preppers, they've got the guns, they've got the non-expiration, perishable foods. They've got those MREs that they got from the Army surplus store. Those same people, they're like, yeah, zombie apocalypse comes, I'm going to survive. They overpronounce foreign words. They go to the taco stand and it's awful. Just get a taco. Just get a taco. Don't worry about it. You don't have to try to say enchilada in a fancy way. Please don't butcher it as bad as Napoleon Dynamite, but just say it how you need to say it. Don't make this worse than it already is. It's already bad. If you're going to be the only one alive at the zombie apocalypse, no one has to hear you butcher words anymore. So maybe that's a good thing. Maybe we should let you be the sole survivor. Or maybe you shouldn't be. Maybe you shouldn't. Oof, yeah. People who wait until the last second to merge, like when you're in traffic and you've already gotten over, because that is the way to reduce traffic burden of people trying to come in late and everybody having to slam on their brakes and then subsequent people behind them slamming their brakes and it just creating a traffic jam. The people who wait at the last second to merge, bad life decisions, okay? They're not good in crunch time. They're not good at making the decisions that are the most logical, which is why they're also the people who eat dinner in the bath. They so are. They're so absent-minded that they're like, yeah, I'm just gonna bring my car over now when I should have gotten it over a mile back. They're the exact same people who are like, I need to bathe. Why don't I also bring my pizza in here? Why would you do that? Why would you bring the offal of your dinner? O-F-F-A-L, okay? Not awful. I know I have a southern accent, but bear with me, okay? Why would people bring the schlop of what they eat into the place where they're purportedly getting cleaned? I mean, we can get into the issues I have with baths in general, but they're definitely the people who eat dinner in the bath. People who act like they're dating, but they're actually siblings. I'm in the South, guys. You got some weird stuff going on here, which is why they're also the people that have been to Six Flags jail. I mean, if you're visiting Arlington, you just know that there's some people, if they're in jail at Six Flags, number one, first red flag. But number two, who are they with? Who's in there with them? Is it their sister? Dubious. Dubious for sure. People who peaked in high school. There's a long list of that. A long list. People who peaked in high school. They've seen a UFO. They have. It's guaranteed. Either that or, the boogeyman. Either that or, the abominable snowman. Or whatever the big one is. Bigfoot. That's the big one, is Bigfoot. But yeah, peaked in high school, they've seen UFOs. 100%. They're also the ones that watched that Ancient Aliens show on History Channel and thought it was like mint academic research. Same people. People who aren't British but love the royal family. Now, get it. I've lived in England. I love, maybe I'm an Anglophile, maybe, but I could care less about the British family. Could care less about the royal family. Does not do anything for me. But people who aren't British and have really got no association with the United Kingdom at all and are associated, yeah, they're the same people that have sent money to a Nigerian prince. Absolutely. They're like, oh, well, this seems like a sound investment. You're carrying gold nuggets in suitcases over the airport. I could get in on that. I could get in on the ground floor, on the Mile High Club ground floor of smuggling gold into the country. Same people. They're, looking up online on The Sun from the UK and trying to figure out the latest dish on Meghan Markle. And, they're also getting scam emails that they think are legit. Oh, these two just perfectly go hand in hand. Have a lifetime pasta pass to Olive Garden, and because they are there all the time, they do terrible Italian accents. Have you ever heard someone who's not Italian try to talk about Alfredo and fettuccine with what they think is a genuine accent? It's maybe the most vomitous thing in the world. It is despicable. It's not something that I hope people feel attacked right now. I hope people feel like I'm targeting them, because stop. Just whatever you're doing, stop. Anything I've said deserves to be stopped. Nothing in here is worthy of defense. Really nothing. Really nothing. So bring it on. Whatever you got to do, bring it on. Because yeah, I'll defend myself till I die. Maybe poor words based off of the next one. So people who will ride or die for their favorite fast food chain. First off, how is your body still working? If you can have fast food enough and love it enough to ride or die for it, then yeah, you're definitely also the same person that man spreads on the subway. You know who I'm talking about. You have that exact mental image in your mind, and you can easily see them on a subway just stretching out. Just stretching out, sending a beacon of douchebaggery up into the sky and across the aisle. Like 100% the same people. And they're probably eating Arby's. I mean, I like Arby's, but I wouldn't ride or die for it, and I wouldn't man spread and eat it at the same time. I mean, you should probably lay in bed afterwards. Honestly, people who eat Arby's and man spread on the subway, maybe the same people that are doing it in the bath too. They just get everything done at the same time. Oh yeah, got a car for their 16th birthday. This brings me back. This brings me back to a Mitsubishi Eclipse. Oh, it was gorgeous. It was like burnt orange. And you shouldn't have had it. That person shouldn't have had it. They wrecked it, I think, within the year. They didn't deserve it, okay? I had a 98 Camry from the time I was 18 to the time I was 30. 29 and a half, but still, I mean, yeah. I loved that Camry. But I know those people. They got it for their 16th birthday. It was all nice. They're the same ones that have a go-to karaoke song. Party in the USA, Miley Cyrus, they're pumping it. They're proud of it. They're happy. They're like, I know I'm a guy, but I can still like Miley Cyrus. Yes, you can, but maybe don't serenade us with your off-tenor bull, okay? Leave that alone. Keep our ears from bleeding, please. All right, this one's going to be mean. This one's going to be mean. People who are Disney adults. Yeah, if you are a fully fledged human above the age of 25 and that frontal cortex like has fully developed and you're a Disney adult and you're the reason why you want to go to Disneyland and not your kids, you're a disappointment to your parents. You are. When you talk about the amount of money that you spent going to that park and it wasn't really for the enjoyment of your kids and it was because of like childhood wish fulfillment, your parents are crying. They're crying at the loss of savvy or business investment. They're sad that they still 30 years later have not aged out of the period in which they have to listen to you sing Disney songs. I love Disney movies. I love Pixar movies, but like there's a point. There's a point. Those people over the point, beyond the point. They can't even see the point anymore. And their parents are well aware of it. Well aware of it. People who don't wash their hands after using the bathroom, walking red flag. Really probably actually a walking brown flag. But you know what I mean. I mean, just if you're doing anything, if you're doing anything with your genitalia and you're not washing your hands afterwards and you're interacting with the public, that's not a victimless crime, okay? That has consequences. And if you feel attacked right now, you know, in this game, if you ever feel like this isn't justified, if you're like, I do that, but I would never do that, you can throw this down. You can say, hey, I feel attacked, and I'm going to give you an alternative to the one that you just presented, and I disagree with you. So maybe you don't wash your hands, but you're like, that's the only thing I've got wrong in my life. I'm not a red flag, but I think it probably sends the wrong message. If you have feces or urine, even in minute, amounts, like petri dish level amounts, still all over your hands, you're not someone that I want to make sure that I'm around physically for the long term. I just don't. I don't want to do that. If you use beard oil, and some of you, so this is the patchy face of someone that will never look like they're able to use beard oil effectively for anything. It's just not, it's not going to grow. It's not going to look good. It looks bad always. However, if you use beard oil, there's like a 90% chance that you have a coexist bumper sticker. It's pretty certain. And you probably have it on a PT Cruiser. You probably have it on a PT Cruiser, and you're proud of that PT Cruiser. Even though it's a third-rate Mini Cooper, you're so happy with that PT Cruiser. And I know you've got the coexist bumper, you got your beard oil going, and you're probably vibing out with a really lame like rear view mirror decor that's just hanging down. And it's probably been hanging down since high school. If not high school, second year of college, hands down. But yeah, you absolutely have a coexist bunker, probably, as well. But you got the bumper and the beard oil. They're hand in hand. Okay. Hamilton's great. It's good. It's good. I don't need to hear it all the time though. So if you know all of the words to Hamilton, then you're almost certainly the same adult, quote unquote, that is trying to ask me what my Hogwarts house is and is so avidly into what your Hogwarts house is that you put it on your resume. If you put your Hogwarts house on your professional resume, it speaks volumes. You don't need the other pages of the CV because you can truncate that down. You've already said whatever you need to say. ZipRecruiter is going to never match that up to anything other than uncomfortable Craigslist ads. That's all it will be. That's all it will be. All right. This one is less of an insult and more of just facts, okay? People who are Peloton people, first off, let's moment of silence for the Peloton girl. You recovered beautifully by switching over to Aviation Gen. But if you're Peloton people, you're also masochists. And I say this not because of the act of exercising. I say this as someone who has a road bike. You're masochists because you are comfortable or okay with the discomfort of having a seat literally impale your anus. You will not have anything left up there other than flat calluses and shame and pain, because that's all that's going to be there. It's going to go straight up. It will Vlad the Impaler you all over the place. So yeah, you're a masochist if you like Pelotons, because that means you're okay with cycling structures and you're okay with being on top of them. And that's not going to be great for you. If you baby talk to animals and you think that that's normal, if you're just going to go up to your dog and you immediately have that affectation in your voice where like that wheedling, soft, putsy tone, you definitely subscribe to a poem a day mailing list. It's hard certainty. I have no doubts about that. You really like the idea of getting a sonnet or something in iambic pentameter. You 100% want that in your inbox every day if you baby talk to animals. It's guaranteed. It's guaranteed. I'm not doubting that decision at all. I feel quite confident in that deliberation. Oh, come on, Grandma. I'm talking about you. If you're hat people, and I mean like Kentucky Derby hat people when you're not at the Kentucky Derby or anywhere near Kentucky, and like you wear it in situations in which it makes other people visibly distressed at the extent of your hat level, you're also the people who send a birthday card with a $3 check. Just don't even give me cash at that point. If you're going to give a check of anything less than like $50, Venmo, cash, or just catch me at the next, pay me for dinner next time. Like buy my dinner, buy me a drink. Don't give me a useless check with that amount of money. Just stuff that check up in your hat, like in the little rim, in the brim of your hat. Just put it there and then burn it. Burn both of them, because no one needs that check. No one needs it. No one needs it. If you are ready to throw down about what the best pizza is, like if you are, bridling with indignation at the fact that I put pineapples and banana peppers, spicy marinara sauce, and maybe even some chicken on a pizza, if that combination bothers you because you think that there is 100% a top of the pyramid in terms of what the best pizza is, you're going to die on any hill. If you will die on the pizza hill, you will die on any hill. Your argumentative energy levels are unexhausted, apparently. Inexhaustible. Why would you die on that hill out of all of the ones that you could? It doesn't make any sense, but you're going to if you're that kind of person. You're that kind of person. You care about the pizza that I eat? Yeah, no, 100% you would die on any hill. This one is a little sad, but it's true. If you ever announce your divorce with a Minions meme, you're also the same person that probably got there because you put leashes on your children. First off, great idea. Fantastic idea. If I could put a leash on my kids, oof, I'd have 3 leashes. But you shouldn't do it. You just shouldn't. The optics are bad. The optics are bad. And the optics are even worse when you think that a grown-ass adult should do anything with a Minions meme other than leave it alone. Other than leave it alone. Got one more, and you can let me know what you think. And this one's me. This one's me, and I feel bad about it, but it's who I am. So I text with proper punctuation. I do. I have a problem. I don't like uncapitalized words that start sentences. I don't like the lack of punctuation at the end of sentences. I like writing properly. So yeah, I text with proper pronunciation. What are you going to do about it, okay? What are you going to do? Proper pronunciation, punctuation, grammar, syntax, whatever you want to call it, however you want to frame it. That's what I do. And you know what? I'm also a close talker. I get uncomfortably close to people because I don't have physical boundaries. It's not that I'm going to get in your space on purpose. It's that I'm not aware that I'm in your space. And that's on me. That's on me. So, I feel attacked. I feel attacked. At the end of the game, whoever has the most points from cards that they have successfully won, they've won over the judges, and they've got them in their pile. Whoever's got the most points wins. So right now, I want you to tabulate. How many points did I get? How many points did I win? Are we on the same page here? Are we the same people, or do we think the same about other people? Please let me know. I would like to be informed. But as for now, this is I Feel Attacked, a fun little group card game, party game. Have fun, have a laugh, have some banter, and vent about those people that drive you crazy and that you know for sure are the way that they are because of the way that they are. And that makes all of the sense in my head. And if you're mad, at me, and I will respond to you with the most precise of punctuation. See you guys next time. I'm Devin. This has been Devin Talks Tabletop, a YouTube channel where the games are made up. What I say doesn't matter. And if that's not clear by now, I don't know what to tell you. But you should check this game out. Because I did. So I think that's all I got. This has been fun. I had a fun time with this. I spent some time going through that deck, matching these suckers up. Boo! See you next time.